What is up here? And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to find repair costs this year in under 57 seconds, 60. I could say how to find repair costs in under a minute, but let's make it even more sexy and jazzy. Let's say how to find repair costs in under 30 seconds, right? I can do as many seconds as you want, but guys, I'm just going to break down exactly how you can basically instantly find repair costs in your wholesaling real estate market, especially for your deals, and really just a quick updated version for 2023 of finding repair costs when it comes to wholesaling real estate, wholesaling houses, and having the best success in your wholesaling real estate business and with your deals. So I'm excited today because so many people, they want the blueprint on how to find repair costs. They want the blueprint of it all. And really, I've said this before and I'll say it again today. The hardest, most difficult part in wholesaling real estate when it comes to finding how much to offer the seller always comes with the repair costs. It is always that. And that is usually the biggest issue so many wholesalers have. And this is why in today's video, I really want to break down with you guys exactly how you can find repair costs the right way and really how to do it as quick as possible for the best success. But before I break it down, y'all already know the stinking drill. Make sure you go out here and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below your questions, and I'm here to help you become the best wholesaler you possibly can. So without further ado, let's get it going. I'm jacked up, I'm ready to go, and let's get some money. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Oh, snap. Let's get it, guys. Let's really go down and let's really break down exactly how to find repair costs the perfect way, the right way for your wholesaling real estate business. So I'm excited, guys. I'm ready to go. And I'm ready to break down exactly how you can do it the right way for your wholesaling real estate success. So all this video, we're talking about repair costs, how to figure them out, and really talk about in wholesaling real estate how you can become the best wholesaler possible, how to really figure out how to do it the right way, and really how renovations work for wholesaling when deciding, hey, what's the repair costs, everything like this, so you can have no struggles out here finding the perfect offer. So let's get into it. Let's break this down, and let's really talk exactly everything you need to know about how to wholesale houses when it comes to repair costs. Now, everybody knows freewholesaling.com. It's the largest wholesaling course in the country, is the largest mentorship in the entire country for wholesaling. Honestly, probably in real estate in general. And so it's insane the amount of people on there. But we teach you guys how to wholesale houses for real because I'm a legit wholesaler. That's why I have a whole Facebook group, a whole mastermind called Wholesaling Houses for Real, because I wholesale houses for real. Shocker, shocking revelation for everyone, but it is true. Now, the biggest question so many beginners, so many newbies get is, Zach, how much should I offer my seller? Like, what is the offer? How much do I offer them? I'm stressed out. I don't know what to do. This is freaking me out, Zach. Oh my gosh, I'm stressing really hard here, Zach. How do I figure out how much is the repairs? How much should I offer them? What's the ARV? All these things. I get so many questions. And as somebody that is doing a lot of JV deals and people sending us JV deals, I can tell you straight up, I get a lot of people that do not know how to comp a property. Most of the time, I'll tell you, comping is not really, I mean, that is an issue with some wholesalers. Comping is never really the biggest issue because most people can figure out, hey, if I have a 3-2, what are the 3-2 similar going for the area? Finding the ARV is not the most difficult. Now, most people do over inflated. but it's not like the end of the world because we can always adjust it really fast. The multiplication that we do on our offer formula, which I'll show you right now, that's just, it doesn't move. So like, that's not really a big deal. But the big part that is crazy for people is just that repairs. That is the part where when people send us JV deals, we have the biggest problem. Like, hey, this isn't a deal. What do you mean? I thought the ARV was good. The ARV is fine. But did I multiply by the right? Yeah, you multiply by the right percent because ARV and multiplying by the right percent is the same thing. So where's the one thing in the equation that's usually off? Repair costs. So like, here's the formula we got, and this is the formula that works. And as somebody does wholesaling deals around the country, virtual wholesaling, everything, I can tell you this is the formula that works. It's ARV minus repairs multiplied by X equals MAO. Zach, what's X? X is a moving factor. Now at freewholesaling.com, which I will show you soon, the X can be anything. So really, so if ARV is usually below 120K, X is going to be 70%. Now we roll in the 200,000 ARV, we're going to be closer to maybe 80%, maybe a little lower than that. And then once we get 250, 300, we're rolling at 83%. So the ARVs and percentages are locked together, okay? The one thing that is unchangeable, the one thing that people really struggle with is repair costs. And not in the bad way, not in the good way. Most people underthink what repair costs are. And as somebody that does a lot of house renovations, I've done gut jobs, I've done just little lipstick, wholesale deals. I've done every type of renovations. I have some renovations currently on the market right now. Not on the market. We're about to go on the market where I think we spent too much money making it. It's beautiful. We'll probably make 60K on the deal, but like, did I want to drop 50K in rehab? Like, not really. Like I unfortunately, me and Rick were the ones cutting the checks for the renovations. We know what repairs are. I know how much new tile is going to cost. I knew what 1,000 square foot house renovations. Like I've done it all. Okay. Redoing drywall, Chinese draw. I've done it all. Okay. So I know exactly start to finish what repair costs are. Here's the hardest part with you. Like you guys, you have probably not renovated a ton of properties this year, right? Like you probably don't have 4 or 5 fix and flips like me and Rick sometimes do, like at a time on top of the wholesaling deals. Just like big, not wholesales, like big renos, like renovations with teams and construction. Probably not doing that. So unfortunately for you, you don't have that knowledge that I have, which is like, okay, I know granite countertops, all these things like boom, boom, boom. It's going to be a little difficult for you, right? And obviously, and I want everybody to understand this. Like this is a huge one. You don't have to be an expert. And I want everybody just to take a breather because I know I'm saying that. That's probably going to stress some people out, me just saying it. But let me really just say this really easy. So before I tell you the next part, I want everybody just to collectively, if you're a beginner stressing out over this, because this might cause some anxiety. I completely get it. Breathe in, breathe out. Just, okay, now we're calmed down. You do not have to be an expert when it comes to finding repair costs. And let me say it louder for everyone in the back of the room. You do not have to be a real estate renovations contract, whatever type expert to be great at wholesaling real estate, at finding repair costs. I get it, guys. Repair costs is going to be the hardest factor for most people out here watching this in wholesaling real estate. And this is why this is something magical. Apparently me and Rick do that nobody else in wholesaling does, but we just simplify this business. You just simplify it. And there is a simple formula graphic sheet. I'll show you how to do the repairs. Okay. Like it's really simple. And I'm going to show you right now. So let's break this down. So first of all, before I give it, we got to understand what are repairs. We have to understand what we're doing. And I'm a huge proponent of this. I like telling people a little more information about what things are so you actually have the knowledge. I truly believe you knowing what you're doing is going to be the most important, and knowledge is power. This is why I break down hard on wholesaling laws and ethics and things like just things you should know. And so you can make the decision, because I think everybody watching this is smart enough to make their own decisions, and they're smart enough to get this information. So the first question is, what is repairs? Repairs, in my humble opinion, in wholesaling real estate, we're talking about wholesaling, is basically how much money it costs to bring a property to the ARV. Now, I'll get everyone fighting me on this, but this is the absolute truth in wholesaling. As someone that's done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals, Rick's done over 3,000, like combined over 4,000, we've come up with this. And it's one simple sentence of what repairs are and is the honest truth. How much money do I have to put into this property to make it worth what the actual ARV is? And really, if you want a visualization of it, think of those house flipping shows or really pretty houses on any of the TV networks. I can't say them because they've offered me TV shows and I've denied them, and I've talked some smack lately. So I don't want to mention any names with those networks, but I can tell you guys, when it comes to repair costs, you guys have to understand that it's how much money it takes for it to become an ARV. And what is ARV? After repair value. Huh. So ARV is after repair value. That being said, what is ARV minus repairs? Think about it. Let me actually just, like, not a lot of people think about this, right? Everyone fights me on my formula. Okay. So think about it like this. This is a visualization. Okay. ARV is A after repair value. If we take the A, if we minus the A out of ARV, it's going to be repair value. The value that we have to, the repairs we have to put into it, minus what the thing is worth after, which is equal V. Now, this might seem a little confusing, but here's the truth. Okay. Value. Value right now is what it is worth today. If I throw it on the market with all the renovations it needs, that's what it's worth. If I add the repairs onto it after, if I put repairs, what is value going to be after I put repairs? ARV, after repair value. Now, hopefully that graphic makes a little sense, but like if you put the repairs into what the thing's worth right now, it will turn into the ARV. So what is repairs? The amount of money the property needs for it to actually be worth the ARV. If you really want to get stupid simple, what's the Zillow price, or like the price will be on the market with the comps? Like really nice, like nice roof, updated kitchens, like all these things. That is what repairs are. So if I know a property is worth $200,000, like brand spanking new, really nice roof, really nice interior, all these things, and I know it needs, so I'll write it down for you guys. All right, if 200K is ARV, and let's say the property right now probably sell for 130,000. Okay. Let's do the math here. Okay. If the ARV on a property is $200,000, but right now it will sell on the market for 130,000, that means I'm going to have to put 70K into that property for it to sell for 200,000, because it's going to need probably a new roof. It's probably going to need it's probably going to have to go out here and probably need some renovations to it, new flooring, interior, crown molding, all the fun stuff to make it worth 200. I'm going to put because if it's only worth 130K right now, I'm going to put 70K into it. That's basically it. Dream Chaser, I don't think you don't even know what calculus is, bro. I'm telling you right now, calculus is not this. This is literally called multiplication. This is called subtraction and addition. We learned this. I learned subtraction and addition in first grade. I was 6 years old. So if somebody right now can't figure out what they learned when they're 6 years old, we can learn what numbers are. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 - 1 = 1. Class dismissed. All right. So boom, that is just multiplication. So if a property is worth $130,000 right now, this is more like algebra than anything, but if it's worth $130,000 right now, and I know the ARV is 200, I got to put 70K into it. So that is what repairs are. So how much renovations do I got to put on to make it look really nice, pretty, and like a realtor would love it, right? Think about this. This is what I basically do, okay? And this is the mindset I put, okay? Now, I love my mom. I love my sister, right? I love them to death. They like really nice houses, all right? So I think about my sister. She likes really pretty, nice, renovated houses. She might go on TikTok, see some inspo, and just go on in Pinterest and get, oh, this is the best. Like, I love the granite, like that. I got to think of how much is it going to cost for my sister to like this house? And if I go to a really ugly house, how much money do I have to put in it for my sister to actually live in this thing? And that's the way that's the kind of the math I do. Or my mom. Like, okay, they need new flooring. They're going to want accent walls, probably paint it white in the middle, make it look nice, a nice outside, a nice color. Like, I think of all these things that my sister would want to live in. And I'm like, shoot, she's going to need a lot, right? For what she wants. And it's not like luxury, but just like nice to live in, right? And so I think about that. Now, my standards of living, I can live anywhere. But like, honestly, like for me, it's a little less than that because like, of course, at my place, granite countertops, new flooring, all that fun stuff. But like, I think of like what a regular person wants for a nice, pretty house. That's the perfect one. So think about it. For a lot of people married, like Josh here, what would my wife want to live in? Like, my wife ain't gonna like, if you're seeing this, Josh, like, well, wife ain't gonna want to live in this little shack that was, not renovated since the 70s. How much money do I have to put in this for her to actually want to live in this, or call it cute or cozy? Think of the number, right? And you don't have to calculate perfectly what it is, but it's like, okay, so if there's two ways to figure out how much that is going to be. And that's the big question. Okay, how much are the repairs for it to bring to ARV? This is kind of what we're leading up to today. There's really two ways to do it, okay? There is an easy way, and then there's a hard way. Let's talk about the hard way first, and then we'll go through the easy way, all right? So the hard way is us just going to go, we're going to sit down, we're going to get a notepad and be like, okay, this is how my sister wants to live it. All right, it needs a new kitchen. Okay, granite countertops, 4,000, 3,000, flooring, square feet, do all the calculations. What's a new roof on the estimate of the square footage? I do this. Okay, new AC, clean that out. You probably have 100 things down the line, right? Like for a full renovation. Oh, new bedrooms, all these things, okay? Then you can calculate it to a T perfectly what the renovations would be. And then you got to put labor costs and rents and all, like, that's a lot, okay? Now, there is an easy way. So most wholesalers try the hard way. They do a rehab calculator. They try the whole thing. And we're going to show you how to get a free rehab calculator today also, which is kind of cool. But for most people. But really, there's an easier way. And the truth is what I said. What did I say before? You do not have to be a wholesaling expert or repair construction expert. You just have to guess the repair costs in a decent way. And you can roughly know your MAO. Because remember, when we're calculating MAO, that's just a range. We want to be 10, 20, 30 grand below the MAO. So really, like I always say, lock up the property for the lowest you possibly can that is under the MAO, and then you're going to make a profit. And your repairs, maybe if they're 10, 15K off, if you lowball enough, you don't have to worry about it. And really, that's why I tell everyone, focus on the LAO, not the MAO. What is LAO? The least allowable offer, right? So here's the thing. Let's go over the easy way to do it, all right? Let's just break this all down. So how do I figure out what the easy way is? All you got to do, and this is what I've been screaming of, guys, if you're in freewholesaling.com, you've already would have seen this update. Just go to freewholesaling.com. We have a lot of modules. So let me give you a little share. We're going to go inside of freewholesaling.com. This is a secret. Don't let anybody know this. We are inside freewholesaling.com. And we're right here, how to easily estimate repair costs, right? We got we got Zach out here talking. We ain't going to go there yet. But look at this. This is going to be our repair cost worksheet for 2023. Nice and updated. And this is roughly, you could probably be, let me get rid of all the junk out of here. Let me get my pretty face out of there too. All right. So this is it. This is at freewholesaling.com, and take a screenshot, do whatever you want. But this is going to be a rough estimated repair sheet. All right. This is for 2023. I had to adjust it a little more because repair costs are going up, but real estate's going down. Inflation's still sky high. So unfortunately, we're going to have to increase the repair costs still a little bit. All right. So this is what it is. I want everyone to understand. It's roughly on square footage. If you're under 1,500 square feet, you're good on that end. If you're 1,500 to 3,000 square feet, this is your end. 3,000 plus square feet, this is what it is. And it's roughly broken down into 3 distinct categories: light, medium, and heavy. And the biggest question I get is, Zach, what's the difference between light, medium, and heavy repair costs? Let's break it down. But just what everyone understand, this is the top, This is what it is. I'm not changing it because this is absolutely for most 95% of deals, you're going to find a repair cost really quick. And so let's break down really repair costs for a second. Okay. So let's talk about this for a second and really break this all down. So what is going to be your repair costs, right? So let's make it, all right, make it look like that. So there's light, medium, heavy. Let's talk about light, medium, and heavy repair costs. What do I really consider more or less on a $15,000 repair? What is a light repair? Honestly, in my opinion, a light repair is going to be pretty simple, right? Maybe new flooring and new paint, like nothing much. I'm not going to do any renovations to the property, really. Like that's tough. Flooring, painting, and maybe repairing a couple things, or for a really small roof, might get away $15K, probably not, but like a really, really tiny roof, possibly. Some AC repairs. Yeah, most likely it's going to be maybe new countertops and flooring and paint. Like that's really small, but that's pretty light. I would say most deals are going to be at minimum $15K in repairs. Unless the property was built 5 years earlier, there's going to be something at least $15K on the property, or you can add it on there. All right. Like just understand that's pretty much what it's going to be. Right. And so now we go on medium. What's medium going to be, right? This is going to be a little more like we got to redo all the bathrooms now. Probably got to pull a tub out, right? There's a lot going on here, okay? And so I want everybody to understand this, that like there is a lot going on here, but like new tubs usually, right? Flooring, roof's probably going to be on that, right? And like it's going to need a lot more work. And so 1,500, 3,000 square feet, we're at 20, 30K, and then up to 40, and then 25 on there. Now, what's heavy? Guys, heavy's as close to a gut job as you can possibly be. And what is a gut job? Like, it's just disgusting. Let me show you what a gut job looks like, okay? And so I don't think people really have a visualization. So I did a video, I think last year. Watch me wholesale a crack house. I wholesaled a legit crack house. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory, like there's needles all over the place. All right. It is what we call a crack house. Okay. This is called Watch Me Wholesale a Crack House. This was, I think, 2 years ago, honestly. This was a while back. So this is me wholesaling a crack house. All right. I got 400 views 2 years ago. That's insane. That was a while ago. But this is basically what a crack house looks like. I want people to really understand what a legit crack house looks like. Okay. First of all, that's the garage. I hope you see that. Like that roof's caving in, mold everywhere, overgrowth. This is Florida. You know the vibes here. But let's go here and really look at this. Okay. So do you see the inside of this? This is more than a crack house, honestly. Okay. This is called a Florida house. This is how Florida men live. Do you see? This is like heavy. Okay. Like, the whole thing needs to get destroyed. Okay. Honestly, if this house disappeared tomorrow, I would not mind. Okay. This was hands down. I'm gagging just remembering this thing from 2 years ago. Like I'm seriously gagging right now. Oh God. Okay. This is really bringing back terrible memories, but this was not this. So here's the thing. This property was not in the hood. Okay. Like a lot of people think this is like a hood house. This was in like a decent area, not decent area, but like it was low crime. It was properties were selling for $250 in this area. Like it wasn't a difficult property, but you see there's lots of mold in this house. We're going through here. I mean, I think those are needles right there. I don't think I can show that on YouTube, but this is a YouTube video. I mean, like 70s carpet, like just, this is what we call heavy. Okay. Like this full thing needs to get destroyed. Like on this property just needs to get swept up. Okay. Like this was on top of that, this was a pool. All right. Like just think about this for a second. This is a pool. Disgusting. There's literally algae life on here. This property was, I think, 1,500 square feet. Like this, if we go back to our charts here, this wasn't a 65. This was probably an 80. Okay. This property was, I had to make the determination on this house. And I want you guys to understand that on this property, it needed more than actually the 65 that you would have done, because the pool is going to be at least 10. The roof literally had a hole in it, which is a lot worse than just a regular roof. Mold and like nothing was be able to be saved. It was a nasty house. Okay. Like it was really bad. All right. So that is what we call worse than heavy. That's as much as heavy as you can get. And so what is going to be, so the next part here is like, what is a medium one, right? Like what's going to be a medium property? So let me pop it up here and actually show you here. So we're going to go into our YouTube channel, and we have a little thing called vlogs. And so let's go here to our vlog part. Let me show you what a medium is going to look like here. So let's show you a medium. I'm not going to show that one because I got in trouble last time I showed that property. All right, let me go to this one and just show you what a medium property is going to look like. So, all right. So this one's what I'm going to be called medium. This was our avocado flip that we had. And then we put like, it needed medium repairs, okay? So I just want people to show you like, what does medium look like? So this was a house in Port St. Lucie, medium. So as you can see, it's got like, it needs updating. I would call this medium, okay? And this was, I think, a 1,200 square foot house. So I would have probably put it at 30 grand as the actual repairs, not 25, 30. It was a smaller house, but I kind of had to make sure that it just needed a lot of repair. So this was a property we actually put, I think, 2 grand in and just wholetailed it. Remember, this was different times in wholesaling. But like, as you can see on the property, like this house, the flooring was super old. Here's the thing, I just put laminate on top of that. So really not the end of the world, right? Going through here, the property had the AC running. It wasn't the end of the world. Look at young Zach over here. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Who barely benched 240 back then. What a sad guy. But I locked up this deal in, let's see here, 125K in 2020. Okay. And I think we sold it for 175. And this was a great property. Like I was just telling you, like this was a good deal. So 175, it was probably worth 260, 270 ARV. I just didn't want to put the money into it. We were doing so many wholesale deals. I just don't want to deal with this one. But do you see how in the kitchen here, I want people to understand what the repair costs. She actually the seller put new laminate flooring on there. And so she put it on top of it what it was. So the flooring's retro, but here's the thing. Do you see how once you put the flooring on that property, that the retro wasn't like, you didn't even notice it was retro anymore? Pretty crazy, right? And you look here, do you see the kitchen? I mean, I would probably put new countertops and appliances. You won't even know this was a retro property by just doing that, right? Actually, let me see if I can, I'm thinking about the property address. I think I have it in my head. Hold on. I'm looking at the listing pictures. No, I don't. Person we sold it to actually lived in the house, so never mind. It didn't go. So it needed that renovations on there. So this is what we call a medium so this house is just medium, right? It needs new flooring, repaint, new doors, probably repaint. Like this is what we call medium. Okay, like it's not the end of the world. It's not like a complete gut job, right? Like we can keep a lot of it. Flooring and paint and a roof, it's pretty much good to go. Okay, so like this is the kit, like the bathroom. Like obviously, this has to be redone. Still 30, 35 if you know what you're doing really well. So I'm not like, this is what we're calling medium, okay? Like this isn't a crack house. Pool's running good, okay? Like the pool's getting serviced fine. Screen on the pool's good. House had a lot of Florida avocados. I think we took like 40 home and we had a lot of guacamole. It was insane. But yeah. And so, yeah, that was pretty much it. The outside was decent. Let me show you what did I do? I did some funny thing here on the top. Did I break something? What did I do here? Yeah, so we smashed all the stuff on the outside. But so this is the front of the property. So like not crazy. Like obviously need new paint on a little, but like That's what we call like Randy's got it right. Like this is a solid medium renovation property, right? And so let's go and let's break down light. Let's kind of break down what light is. And I'm just going back on the vlogs of properties I've wholesaled. I'm thinking about, oh yeah, I know when I did. I let you know, I do vlogs on like, I would say 5% of the deals we're doing. So I'm just thinking of it. That one needed a little more. That one was a big one. Let's do this one. All right. This was one I made, I think $70,000. This was a light one. Okay. This was in West Palm Beach, I think last year. All right. Made $70K on this deal. Probably a little more back then. About a year ago. So we made $70,000 on a townhouse. So this is what I consider a light repair. Okay. So this one, we just wholetailed it in West Palm Beach. This was a great one right here. And so let me show you so this is what the outside is. It was a townhouse, so I didn't really have to do too much to it. But you see this, we only put, I think we put $15K on this property. So one thing I took away is the chandelier. I don't think we repainted it, but like we didn't do much to it. So property. So it had this weird beam on it, right? And so this isn't like a lot of people, oh, this is a medium. This isn't a medium at all, okay? And I want you guys to actually look at this and see this, okay? But look at this, okay? So this seems stressful. You got the flooring is like like we put like I think $3,000 on the flooring. The top needs to be painted. Like the property is what, $3 or $4,000 to paint the inside, and then the kitchen was actually brand new when we bought it. So like it wasn't a big. We made $70K on this flip. I think we put 10, 15K in the deal, made 70,000 profit. It was a great deal. And so the back was kind of nasty, not gonna lie, but like it just had to get thrown out, like nothing crazy. Okay. Here's the kitchen. Like, I'm sorry for everyone hating. Like this kitchen's fine, and you could fight me all day on this, but when we put a backsplash on here for like $600, I think $500 if I remember correctly, but like that wasn't bad at all. Like I'm just telling everyone, like it obviously the appliances were fine. Like we had the backsplash on it. Just needed new painting, really. The seller had a wood backsplash here. We just kept it, right? But like 10, 15K in repairs, that's pretty much all it needed. We just painted over that. Let's see. Bathrooms. We put a new tub in there. I think that was the other 5K. We redid the bathrooms because the bathrooms are kind of old. But this is still light. Like this is 15K. Electrical was fine, but he was going over something electrical. New paint, obviously, like nothing crazy. Other part here, we installed a new fan there. Bathrooms just a little too old, so we just redid that. The property across the street sold for a good price. That was pretty much it. Like that is what light repairs are going to look like here. Like nothing, like 15, 20K at most. Yeah. Why do you keep that? I didn't really need to put crazy stupid count. So the way that we wholesale is different than what ARV is. Honestly, we're just trying to sell it for the best price we can. Putting new cabinets on it for us on that deal wouldn't give us any more money on the flip. So we just kind of kept them as they were because they matched the backsplash. They're fine enough for us. But really, just painting it, doing the bathrooms, like it was 15K. Like it wasn't that crazy, right? And so going back here to the repair cost worksheet, like really like 15K. Honestly, we could have been at 20, but we know we had our team, so it was really 15 for us. And so really that's what a light is going to be. Now I could have probably put 25K and did a full thing, but it wasn't worth it for us. We're just in and out in these things like within a month. So for us, this is how it worked really well for us, and that's what we did. So honestly, let's take a quick screenshot of this, and this is going to be a repair cost worksheet. Now, for everybody, go to freewholesaling.com. You can actually download this. Literally, do you see how I just click save image right there? You can just literally download it right there. Okay, save the image, download it for yourself, do it from there. Okay, that is how you do the repair costs. So guys, let me know if you have any questions on that. I just wanted to go over the light, medium, heavy for each type of property you can do. On top of that too, one last thing, you guys, you can get a free rehab. If you want to do a little more, there are rehab calculators you get for free. So listria.com, PropStream is basically has a free rehab calculator. It's called Blue Hammer. So let me show you how to do it. And I want to address another thing because I've been getting hammered lately with questions on softwares and things like that. But let me show you actually how to go into PropStream and use their Blue Hammer. Blue Hammer, I think, costs 10, 15 bucks a month, if I'm not mistaken. And you can get with PropStream for free. You get a free website with PropStream. PropStream get a lot of great stuff for. But outside the Drawing for Dollars app and the comps and all, some of the best skip tracing, the best skip tracing is still Batch, and hands down. But the rehab calculator you get is insane. So I just go to Dallas. Let's click one property really quick. So let's save this property. So let's save for a second. All right, saved. I go to my saved properties where, hold on. I go to my properties really quick. I have secret list I'm pulling, so I can't go on there just yet. Let's do an East PSL list, all right? All right, I just got to copy this in. I can't let people see my PropStream secret list yet, all right? I have some secret markets on the DL that I ain't revealing yet, all right? I'm a little greedy on my virtual wholesaling there, so we're going to keep that there. But let's go here. So all you guys basically got to do is I just put, here's one property. I put on here, Mariposa Avenue. I've wholesaled probably 4 properties on that street. But like I go here. So on PropStream, this is free. All you got to do is just go to, it says rehab calculator. You click that. It's going to bring you into Blue Hammer. So we'll pop that up. So while we're loading that, William says, what is just the bones of the house? Bones of the house would probably be an extra 10K. A lot of people think bones are like the scariest, stressful thing. A lot of it's just drywall mostly, but yeah, you're still going to need flooring, drywall. It's not as stressful as you think. So this is what it pops up. Gives us the characteristics of the property. It can estimate repair costs and do a lot of things. So you can go in there, deal with the materials, single family. You go from there, construction. You put the roof. You can really get crazy if you really want to on this one. And then open an existing project. Hold on, where is it? Home inventory. So you do appliances, tools, renovations, things like that. But we're going to do the home, create a new estimate. Next tier. Let's do a moderate roof. Okay, home characteristics is done. Wait, please specify living. Oh, I didn't specify the living area. Oh, okay. 1,200 square feet. Whatever it is. All right, let's just do this really simple. New project. Let it load up here. It's going to do an estimated repair cost on here. And boom, we can go in here and do all this stuff, okay? But guys, this is why you need to use this stuff. That's why I love PropStream, love all this stuff. And yeah, that's it for repair costs. One other thing I want to tell you, because I've been getting this question asked a lot, and I see it in the comments. Guys, I can tell you straight up, there's only legit 3 softwares you should be using in wholesaling real estate when it comes to pulling lists. And I've said it a million times, you can talk to any legit wholesaler out here. There's going to be PropStream, Batch Leads, and Deal Machine. PropStream and Deal Machine, PropStream and Batch Leads are the best list pulling service. Skip tracing, SMS, all that stuff. Deal Machine is the best for drawing for dollars. Like, yeah, Zach, why don't you do this software, this software, this software? Well, this software costs nothing. This software costs something. Let me tell you guys straight up. The only reason why I tell you use PropStream, the only reason why I come out here and tell you to use Batch Leads or Deal Machine is because they spend millions of dollars every single year and almost monthly on getting the best data possible. They pull it from multiple sources. They make the estimated value the best they can. They do the comp tools. They make the best skip tracing. They do everything the best way. You cannot, do not cheap out when pulling a list. If I've said this a million times, say it, every type of free software you're going to get for list pulling anything is trash data. And I can be completely straight up with you. I've tried every free software when it comes to pulling a list. I've tried them all. Unless you are manually pulling the list yourself, government lists, is going to be a trash data source. Guys, I have personally seen PropStream and Batch Leads and Deal Machine pour millions of dollars into going outside of the carriers that they're using to get data from on top of their own things to get the best. I know for skip tracing for Batch, I think they use 4 different sources. Guys, there's a reason why you're going to get a free data software. It's trash data. Basura. Trash. I've tried every single one. And before I get all these comments saying, oh, have you tried this one? I've tried them all. If they came out this week, if they came out last week, I've tried them all. They came out today. I've tried them. I get all the DMs. I'm in the know of the entire wholesaling community. Trash. Trash. Okay. When I'm dropping $5,000 on direct mail, am I going to cheap out on pulling the list for a free service? Guys, if it's trash data, that $100 I'm saving a month, guess what? I'm going to lose out on tens of thousands of dollars of deals because it's trash data. Trash. All right. There's a reason why PropStream and Batch Leads cost money to have, because they pull it from multiple sources. They have to go pay millions of dollars just to get the software and data. Okay. And someone's going to be all upset at me and cry and say, oh, but mine's the best. It's the best data ever. You got to believe me. Bro, I've tried every single software. I'll drop $4,000 on an SMS text blasting and I try every list and I pull it and I test it out. Even this week, I've tried cold calling lists. I've pulled probate lists from multiple software services, even yesterday, even the day before that, even today. And I've pulled them both. So for example, I will literally go to the government. So I actually did this today. Everybody asked me, oh, try this software. Guess what I did? I pulled all the pre-foreclosures on PropStream. I pulled all the pre-foreclosures from Batch Leads. I pulled all the pre-foreclosures from like Investor Fuse. I've tried them all from this other one. Like I've tried every software. I even did this morning at like 7 a.m. All right. I got no sleep last night, but I just woke up early and I just decided to do it because I'm sick of all these people commenting these softwares. And then I went straight to the government. I did Port St. Lucie, pretty easy, right? And I pulled the pre-foreclosure list there. Guess which one I tried all these paid softwares and then I tried the free softwares. Which one do you think had the most trash data and which one do you think missed out on, I think 15%, if I'm not mistaken, of the pre-foreclosures? Guess which one was mistaken? And guess what that means? You missed out on 50% of potential deals. Guys, I've tested every which one. Trash data. Do not use trash data. This is why I say free data is usually trash data. And if it's free when it's just done for you. Now, why is government lists? It's free. It should be trash. No, because you have to manually pull it for yourself. I'm not cheaping out on a third party and do it, because when you get free data, they go to a third party and they buy it from them. And because they're giving it to you for free, they're going to cheap out on getting the best one. That's just how it works. And when you're doing a cold calling list, I want everybody to understand this. There's certain softwares out here, and I've said it before, that legit have the most trash skip tracing I've ever seen in my life. The most trash skip tracing I've ever seen in my entire life. Trash. Like, okay? The worst skip tracing I've ever seen. And when you're spending $3,000 on skip tracing, do you think it's worth it to skimp out on an extra 1 to 2 cents? No. Okay. This is why when I do a cold calling list, I do not use True People Search. I love True People Search. It's free, but let's be honest, it's trash compared to PropStream and Batch Leads and Deal Machine. Like, it is trash. All right. I just want everybody to understand that. So when everyone says, oh, I pulled a list on this, guys, you can use a free software for pulling a list if you have no money. That's great. I'm always going to tell everyone to do that. But when you're purposely not using a PropStream or Batch Leads to pull, let's say, for an example, a vacant property list with extra filters, you are probably missing out on an extra 20, 30% of your deals. And when you mix that with a trash skip tracing, and why do I say this, guys? I've helped hundreds of thousands of people in wholesaling real estate. And one thing I've always found are the people that pay for a cheap list and then get cheap skip tracing. They always have terrible results. Terrible. I don't know many people that are making over $100K a month using a Fiverr skip tracing list, and they get their list from Fiverr. Why? It's cheap because it's trash. All right. Because they go to the free sources and do it. All right. I see it every single time and always like that. I even had one guy today said, Zach, this software is unlimited. I'm like, it's unlimited? Perfect. I tried out. You have reached your limit for the day, like for the month. Like what? Guys, a lot of people are lying to you and it drives me crazy. There's people out here that say you get unlimited list polls for a free software and then they limit you. Like that's just, it's legit lying to you. That's why a PropStream batch is like 10, I think 20,000 you can pay for more because they have to pay money to do it. And they don't give you, I mean, they have limits, but you got to pay and then you get extra unlimited. Drives me crazy. Okay. And so what I can tell you guys straight up is comment below whatever software you want. I've tried them all. Even to this day, I've done my research. And as of this video, tell me, I've tried new ones. So when I see a new software come out, guess what I do behind the scenes? I don't tell you guys, but this is what I do. I pull about 10,000 lists and on my team cold call it, skip trace it, and send a direct mail on it. And we see what happens. I've tried it. Okay. I can tell you, there's some ones that are decent that I just still don't use. Like, for example, I have no beef. And I want everyone to understand this. I have no beef or ill will towards Propelio. I think they're a great software. I've used them. I've actually gotten deals from it. I've just found better results with PropStream and Batch when it comes to my skip tracing, when it comes to my list polling and direct mail. That's honestly what I found. Okay. Now, that being said, if I just still haven't found a software better because you know why? Batch and PropStream put millions of dollars to make sure that that pre-foreclosure list is the best, most accurate part ever. And honestly, there's no limits with PropStream for me because I just pay more and I get the limits. When someone tells you it's unlimited free, there's usually a catch to it. And the catch I've seen lately is they say it's unlimited, but you get a limit on it. Number two, I'm going to stop talking about it. Guys, there's only 3 to use: PropStream, Batch Leads, and then Deal Machine. The reason why I say the 3 is because they pour millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions every single year on getting the best software possible and the best data possible. Do not cheap out on your data. And when you cheap out on your data, that's when you get trash results. And if someone's saying, and if you can't pay for those really good softwares, do government lists. They're absolutely for free. Like, just use them. They're a lot more work. But when you cheap out on it, it's, I'm telling you, it's not the best results possible. So sorry for my rant, but I keep getting messages all the time about, should I use this software? This one's really cheap. This one's got, there's a reason why it's so cheap, because you're paying for bad data for free, right? And then there's always going to be a catch on the end, but I'm just letting you guys know. It's just, it's funny. But I always tell everyone, get free wholesaling information, get free, wholesaling info, coaching stuff from us. But like I've said, we'll do the one-on-ones, but like, why do people pay? Like, guys, because I'm not going to do a one-on-one with you every single day, and you're going to call me 24 hours a day. I got my one-on-ones. That's the time I have for it. That's what I do. Okay. I think just a lot of wholesalers out here get this wrong. They see something new and revolutionary, they call it, and they're like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get probably 5 software companies giving their little react video of my little rant I just said, and they're going to all cry about it. Okay. Guys, I've done all of them. Like, for example, like I've used ListSource. I've used, forgot the one that Rick did. We've used Melissa Data for pulling data. And it's actually way cheaper than PropStream and Batch Leads. And we've tried it. We just didn't give us the best results. And when you're on the line, especially when you're running a business like mine, when getting at least 2% worse data is going to lose you 15, 20K, it's that extra $100, like, no. Okay. So I want everybody to know, when you get your free data, it's not, because when it's free, that person's not putting in revenue. And when they're not getting revenue in, they're not pouring that revenue in to make it actually better. And for example, let's look at Batch Leads and PropStream, and then I'll end my little rant here. Okay. Why are they the 2 best? Why are they kind of, when it comes to pulling a list, why have they kind of deviated from the pack? I'm going to tell you the honest dang truth about software, and no one's going to like this. No one's going to like this little rant, but I'm going to just tell you the dang honest truth about how software really works in wholesaling. This is going to be the stuff that nobody ever says behind closed doors, but you're going to make me say it right now. Oh, Lord, here we go. Okay. So how software works. This is number one why I don't have a software company. Number one, wholesalers are the worst people to create software. They are the worst software owners in the world. You might think I'm making shots at people. I am not. I'm just telling you what's the truth. There's a video recently that came out from Alex Hormozy. Look him up. He had a video called Why Software is the Worst Business to Have, or he talked about why creating a software company is the worst one if you're an entrepreneur. Why? Because when you create that software, it's taking everything out of your real estate investing and your wholesaling business and stuff like that. And most entrepreneurs create softwares like a business, and softwares are a business where you have to create it like a software tech guy from Silicon Valley. This is how you make it work. For example, PropStream, a real estate investor guy, he made a new thing he called a PropStream. Okay. And what he basically did was he wanted to make it the best software possible, because this is shocker. When you have the best data, the best software at the cheapest price, everyone wants to do it. But if the data is trash, no one's going to use it. So this is how tech companies work. They use all the revenue and they pour it back into making the data better. They just make it better. That's all they do. An entrepreneur, mostly wholesalers, I've had wholesalers make software companies. What they do is they'll get $1 million in revenue. They'll just keep it for themselves because they're cheap, and they won't make the software better. Terrible customer service. Try calling the customer service lines. You'll get no answer, no support, none of that stuff. PropStream batch leads have the best customer service. So that being said, that's how most wholesalers do software. They hoard all the money and they don't reinvest it into it. Guess what happens? PropStream, making millions of dollars, they poured back into the business. So I think PropStreams got sold for $200 million from Wall Street Money now has got it. And what Wall Street Money is still doing with it is, if they're making, I'm just guessing because I don't know the real numbers. It's public info now, so I should look at it. But let's say it's sold for a 10 cap, 10% of earnings for PropStream. So if it's sold for $200 million, it was maybe making $20 million in profit. Guess what they did? They probably poured around $20 million into making the software better year over year over year over year to make it better. Guess what? Batch leads, because I talked with Jesse. He's a new dad, so let's give him a congrats on that. Evo. So basically, Annie, Evo, and Jesse batch leads. Evo, Annie, and Jesse, they created it. They were wholesalers. They said, "Oh shoot, for me to make batch leads the best software, I have to stop wholesaling." They stopped real estate investing and wholesaling. They just focused on software. They didn't do YouTube videos. They didn't do any of that stuff. Okay, and so what they basically did was they poured a lot of their own money into it, and they started making millions of dollars. Guess what they did? They poured pretty much all the revenue into making the best customer service and the best data possible. Now, PropStream, they focused more on the list polling to make it the best. That's where they poured their millions. And really, I mean, I even talked to Jesse the other day, and I try to make sure I get the best data when I bring it to you. They poured not most of it, but a lot of that revenue into skip tracing, making it the best skip tracing possible. And they use, I think, 3 or 4, I could get that wrong, different sources for the skip tracing. And they've poured their millions. They've probably poured the most out of anyone into skip tracing. And they reinvest pretty much, not all of it, but most of their profits into that business. And now they're in an arms race. Who's going to get the best list polling, best skip tracing? And they just keep pouring money back into it and make it better. Now, when you are like this, and then you have the free guy, and the free guy's just pocketing all the money, that's why most softwares from entrepreneurs and wholesaling are trash, because they don't reinvest it. They want to keep all the money, and they're super cheap. Okay. They don't like paying taxes. They don't like doing they hate that stuff, and they just keep it low like this. And this is why most software companies, I've had software companies like 5 years ago, trash, because they would literally spend 4 cents on skip tracing. They refused to spend the 10 cents for the best data because they wanted to pocket the most money. And guess what happens when you cheap out? You stay here. And when you're given like stuff for free, like Triple Search, they're not going to reinvest it into getting the best possible new stuff. And it just keeps growing. This is why you have to, if you're going to use, you got to use the top people, because they're pouring the millions into it to make you the most money. So that's why I say, I'm just telling everyone the honest truth. If you want to make money in wholesaling real estate, and if you are paying for a list, and if any of you are paying for a list, and what do I mean by paying for a list? You could use a free software pulling service. I don't care. There's probate websites out here that will pull the probates for you for free. It's not it. When I say pay for a list, I mean you have a list of 1,000 and you drop, let's say, $200-300 on skip tracing, on SMS text blasting. That's paying for a list too. When you are dropping $400, $500, even $1,000 of your hard-earned money into a list, do you really want to cheap out there? Because if that skip tracing is really good, but it's trash data, the whole list is going to suck. You just wasted $1,000. Waste $1,000. So if you're pulling a list from a terrible service and you skip trace it with the best skip tracing, it's still stupid. All right. It's like multiplying 0. 500 times 0 equals 0. 1 times 0 equals 0. So if it's such trash, it's never going to work. Okay. And this is what I can tell everybody. Do not get a trash data service. It will ruin your business. That's the fastest way to do it. I'm just telling you guys, I've seen so many wholesalers do trash skip tracing and then trash lists because it's cheaper or free or whatever it's called. And then they get terrible results. Oh, I'm going to be get government lists and drawing for dollars. Okay. So if you can't afford to pay for Proption or Batch or a deal machine, drive for dollars yourself, pull a government list and cold call it. This is why if my VA's only cold called, so let's say I can pull probably 2 or 3 deals out of a high equity list if I use it for a certain city. And that's me paying for batch lead skip tracing, right? I might pull it on PropStream, skip tracing on batch. Might pull 2 to 3 deals. If I use True People Search, I'd probably pull 1 deal or maybe a deal every month because the skip tracing is that bad. It's still, you can pull deals out of it. That's why I tell beginners you can still do it. But just remember that when you're cheaping out on things, you're going to destroy your results. And that's 40, 50K in revenue. I'm just throwing off the bat every single month if I use trash services. Think about what you guys do in your business. It's not worth it. So that's what I'm telling you. Rant over. Everyone's going to be crying to me and, oh, wait, no, but this one. Guys, you're only rooting for it because you think it's going to save you money. But really what you're doing is you're paying for your success for the free software. That's what it is. All right. So I want you guys to know this. Skip trace on truepeoplesearch.com and then do a batch leads and see the difference and see which one's worth your time and worth your money. So the skip tracing, the list pulling might be free, but guess how much it costs? It costs you doing deals. So you're really paying for the free list pulling by paying for future deals that you lost. And most likely I'm going to probably scoop that up myself. So there's guys out here. I knew one other person. They offered free. They had a paid list service and they offered free skip tracing. And guess what happened when that service offered free skip tracing? From what people have told me, it was such trash skip tracing that the person had to pull it. And this was like, I think a couple of years ago, they had to pull it. You know why? Because when you get free skip tracing, it's trash skip tracing. Because they're not, guys, to get good skip tracing, it costs 7 to 8 cents. Because I've actually had to pay TLO, all the credit bureau companies for this data myself. They had to go to my office and verify I was a legit business. And I was the only, because it was sensitive information. So I know how much good data costs. And if I'm spending a lot of money on data, I'm going to have to charge you guys for it. And that's why I don't run a software company. Because I won't be able to YouTube. Because I'd have to focus 60, 70 hours a week on just the software. And when you're not doing that, it's going to be trash data when you're not overlooking it. So I'm telling you guys, the top entrepreneurs when it comes to software and real estate and anything in general, they put 70, 80, 90 hours a week into that software of managing it and being the CEO. When you're a wholesaler, you do coaching and you do, I do coaching. So like if I do these one-on-one coaching calls on YouTube and I try to run a wholesale business and flip properties and I won't be able to do it. I'd just be focused on the software. Now, if I'm at a software company, I'd probably have to pour probably $4 million into it and then compete with those guys. It's just not worth it for me. All right. Like why am I going to do that? So guys, that's my rant. That's why I don't have a software company. And the reason is because it's not worth my time. I don't want to work that hard. And if you don't work that hard, you're not going to become one of the best. So ask the founders of all these software companies that are successful how much they put into it. They put a lot more than money. They put their time, sweat, and tears into it. So I'm getting in trouble for saying that, but you know what? Who cares? Guys, that's just my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, financial advisor, any of these things. Use whatever you want. Try it out yourself. Use your own independent data, But if you're going to drop $1,000 in skip tracing, if you use trash list pulling services, you will go out here and fail. I'm telling you guys straight up. So someone prove me wrong. I love it. But guys, people get really upset when I say that, but that's the truth. So let's do some one-on-one coaching calls today, and let's see how I can help the people out right now learn wholesaling real estate. And let's get into it and let's break it down. And so I want people to know I didn't say anything bad about Propelio. I didn't say anything bad about InvestorFuse. I got those softwares are fine. Like you pay for them, they're decent enough. I just found PropStream's better and Batch Leads, but that's what I think. So on top of that, guys, too, I've been getting asked a lot about Zach. How can I JV with you? All these things, guys. We've shut down the JV link for a week. We've took 7 days off because we're doing all the leads we previously have. And on top of that, we're actually adding JV partners. We're getting so many deals sent to us that our dispo team usually can't handle most of it. It's too many deals. And because it takes a VA probably 4 or 5 days just to get a property sold on the dispo side, we want to get a little quicker. And our best way we found is just go to somebody who's really good at making like 500K in a market, say, hey, here's a deal, sell it in like this day. And then I can start doing more deals because I have a goal of doing 100 deals a month on JV deals. And to get that goal, I'm going to need JV partners, and we're going to split it with you guys. So if you guys are interested, I'll tell you, I did make that announcement the other day. But if you are interested right now into being a JV partner, we'll probably send you, hopefully when we get things ramping, 2 to 3 deals a month, which you're probably going to be able to do 2 to 3 deals a month. I'll probably be $20,000 or $30,000 in assignments every single month. Do me a favor, just apply to be a JV partner. Our only requirement, you make over 100K a year and you show HUDs and proof. So you can't really cry about that, but it's a document. Just go there. Then next week we'll open things up and we'll be able to have you guys finally go out here and get your stuff done. So let's get it going and let's get it. So let's go here and let me share you how do you hop on these one-on-ones. So just go here to Wholesaling Houses for Real. This is my Facebook group. And all you got to do is click here, repair costs, click that, stream our link, click that, and then boom, you hop on, talk to me one-on-one for free. So let's talk to people. First off, we get, what is up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm blessed, dude. What's up? How can I help you out today?
Man, so I just had a question, man. If you could help me come up with a schedule.
Let's do it.
So, like, basically from like 5 a.m. to about 5:30 p.m. That's like my work day, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So what I've been doing lately is after work, I call for like 2 hours, and then this usually gets to about like 8, 9, so it starts getting kind of late. So that's when I usually like end my calls.
Okay. Are you still in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not a bad one. What list are you doing?
A lot of driving for dollars. What I've realized with myself is the reason why I probably haven't got a deal yet, and why my business hasn't been succeeding is just my consistency. So the list is not bad because the good thing is that I've been calling some of these people, and the sad thing is that like they're sold already. So I'm like, okay, well, it seems like I'm doing something right. So I just got to be more consistent now, which I'm trying to be like more consistent, more efficient with my time.
Are you reverse driving for dollars at all?
Yeah, I've done a few. I've done that. At first, I did not think that it worked. But
what's the smiling for? What's going on here?
No, I didn't think it worked. And then like it was like a month later, I started like getting a couple calls. I've talked to a couple people. One ended up like being a potential cash buyer that I kind of developed a small relationship with. But it actually does work, the reverse driving for dollars.
How many driving for dollars leads are you doing on a weekly basis?
Man, I've only done it one time. I was at 55, I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna get back to doing that this weekend, more consistent.
Let's create a schedule. All right, let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, honestly, I know this. You're probably tired after working 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
I'm just being honest with you, right? So this is probably gonna be your best type of schedule, what you're doing right now, okay? And I'm just thinking about, you're working hard. So we got 5 to 5, so 5:30, let's call it. All right. So honestly, what the best schedule for you, personally for you, I would probably, what do you do Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, I've been doing driving for dollars now. Usually like around 10, 12 around there. I drive there for like probably a couple hours. minimum.
Okay. So honestly, I mean, 55 is not much, so we're gonna have to pump those numbers up.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, what we're gonna focus on is we're gonna focus on one really easy number, dude. One really easy number. 100. All right. Put that in your mind. Okay. We are going to do 100 drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars leads every single week.
Okay.
It's 100. So what is 100 really? 100 can be many things. So 100 could be, right? It could be 14 a day. It can be 20 a day for 5 days. Whatever one you want to do, that is what you're going to be focusing on. 100.
Okay.
Whatever it's got to be. I would probably say 50 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday. Probably gonna be your best one. Maybe you do an hour after work and then the rest you do Saturday, Sunday, whatever you really want. And then during the other free time, you're going to call them and then take the calls in.
Okay.
And then the rest should be from follow-ups and stuff like that. That's probably going to be your best bet. And do it in the areas where there's deals, where your cash buyers want to buy. That's probably what I'm going to be focusing on the hardest. But let's not focus on the schedule, like obviously, but let's focus really on the results that we need. Because as somebody, you know, you're working. What kind of work are you doing?
I work for a crematorium.
Okay. Yeah, I think you've already told me that. So obviously, I mean, I don't know if you know this now. You've probably worked a lot of other jobs, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you know there's jobs where you get paid by the job and paid by the hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys that get paid by the hour work a lot slower than guys that get paid by the job, right?
Yeah.
All day, every day, right?
Right.
And so I think for you, because you're working per hour, not per job, it's a little different, right? Because you're gonna be a little slower. So let's not be like, oh, I got to work this time, and I did an hour of work today. No, it's about results, right? And so actions equal results. And honestly, you told me, hey, you want to consistently get deals? Let's consistently market. And when you consistently market, it'll lead to consistent deals. So let's kind of focus on, because you don't have that much time of a schedule. Let's just focus on what we have to get done during the week. Heck, dude, if you do 100 drawing for dollars leads in a day, that's the perfect schedule, right?
Okay.
Honestly, you only doing 55. Let's do 100 a week. That will lead you to some good results. It's going to be a lot of work, but honestly, it's worth it, man.
Okay.
So what is it again? You tell me.
Just 100 leads, driving for dollars and reverse driving for dollars total. Most likely I'm going to be doing it on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
That's fine, dude. Let's get it, man.
One more question, sorry.
Dude, ask as many as you want.
So I know you said when it comes to like land value, just reverse wholesale it, try to reach out to builders and buyers, see what they're willing to pay for it. I've been reaching out, I haven't got a response back. I'm trying to make an offer on a property today. Doesn't have a roof on it, completely demo property. What do you calculate? How do you calculate that? Like,
so exactly what does it need to become an ARV property?
Man, the seller, when I was speaking to him on the phone, he says it's not livable. There's no roof. He's really just selling it for the land.
That'd be a complete gut then.
Okay.
If it's salvageable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put heavy.
Okay. Heavy. So just do the ARV minus the heavy, and just
That'd be my best guess for it. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you recommend? When I was doing the comps, it looked around. So I did the comps on batch leads, and then I also did the HAR, and I took the highest and the lowest divided by 2. It was, I think, like 132. I don't have my paper in front of me, but then on the comps on batch leads, like 177. What would you recommend?
I would probably go with batch just because you're going to get the MLS data on it.
Mm-hmm.
HAR is still good, but it's still it'll give you a rougher range.
Okay, so if 177, you said if it's above 150, we do like 0.83, right? If I'm not mistaken, 83%.
150 probably be 80, even 79.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Yeah, that's all I had to ask for now.
Awesome, man.
I think
if you got any questions, it's focused on 100. And I think for most wholesalers, you do 100 a week, it'll get you results, man. Especially in Houston, which is one of the best markets for drawing for dollars.
Man, definitely. Appreciate it.
There you go, man. Make sure you got the right markets. You'll do well.
Definitely.
Oh, awesome. Next here we got Sam. Sam. All right. Jason.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm having a good day, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, thanks. I don't want to tie you up too much, but I had a quick question. So I had a guy call me about a probate lead. It was a letter that I sent out, and I'm gonna actually call him back. But I was trying to figure out how do I let him know that I can that he can sell it before the probate is done? You know what I mean? Like, does he have to have an attorney to do that? Or can he just go to the probate court and request it himself? Or what should I let him know about that? Because I know he's going to ask.
Yeah, this is South Carolina. So first of all, I mean, South Carolina can always be a little different because it is an attorney state.
Yeah, but they can definitely sell. I know that for a fact.
No, they can.
Yeah.
But because it's an attorney state, it depends on which every attorney is a little different, but you already have a closing attorney, right?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you just ask them? And then whatever they say, you say back to them, because you can say, hey, my attorney, John Smith, told me blank, blank, blank. It's going to be a lot better than saying, hey, I'm Jason and I say this. Hey, my attorney told me blank, 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 blank. That's just going to be better in general. But honestly, if you're going to still have a probate attorney help you out with the process, right? It might even be your closing attorney that's going to be able to do it because you're an attorney state. So most likely they're going to basically file the probate, do all it for you. You're not going to deal with it. And then it'll probably come out of your assignment fee. Some of the fees are out of their, whatever you negotiate from there.
Gotcha. Okay. So pretty much ask my closing attorney and kind of go from there.
Because they're going to ask you for your credibility. And you're not an attorney. So your credibility is zero. And unfortunately, you probably haven't bought probate properties before, so you can't use that as credibility. So you can use an attorney as credibility, though.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely check with her. It's actually a girl, but okay, cool, man. I appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
All right, keep it up.
Have a good day.
Thanks. And I'm letting everybody know. So if you want to know what a government list is, it's a listing pulled from the government absolutely for free. Every single person on YouTube refuses to talk about government lists except for me because they don't want you to know this information. All right. It's crazy. It's super sad, but it's true. Go to freewholesaling.com. That's where you learn how to pull government lists. Jesus.
You can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you. What's up?
Yeah, bro. So I'm new to this and I've been, off and on since like December. And this is the main question I've been seeing in the comments too. I be trying to overcome my fear, analysis paralysis. Let's say. I just need some advice, bro. See what you think.
You're at the right place. You know that, right?
Yeah. I've been watching you, bro. You and Rick, the GOAT, man.
Appreciate it. Well, watching it and actually being in the video is different. So I appreciate your bravery hopping on and becoming a better person. So that's first of all the best thing you've done. You've actually took an action to become a better person. You didn't spend any money, but you're spending your time with me. So I appreciate that. So let's talk about it. You're brand new. What market are you in?
I'm in Delaware, bro. It's I say a small market, and I'm trying to do virtual. I'm in Delaware.
Where in Delaware?
Close to Maryland,
Okay. Like, how far is that from Dover?
From Dover, it's like 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
and I'm trying to.
City are you at? Like Millsboro?
I'm in Seaford, Greenwood area.
Seaford, jeez. All right. What's your population?
It's like I say around 7,000. It's a small population.
Yeah,
this is small. Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do virtual. I actually got a deal submitter, and then I just send him deals. I just gotta lock up deals and then send it to him. And that's why I'm trying to go virtual because he actually looks for like populations over 30,000, and he don't buy houses less than 100,000. That's why I'm trying to do virtual.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. So if you're trying to do virtual, the first step we have to make is find a virtual market. Have you done that?
Yeah, I've been actually try to go for North Carolina.
Okay. Where in North Carolina?
Like Charlotte. That's what I've been looking at. Greensboro.
Okay. I mean, not bad. And
Yeah.
so what are you struggling the most on figuring out to do in those markets? Because we kind of know the plan, right? Get a list,
Yeah.
lock up a
Yeah.
deal, sell to a cash buyer. So what in that process is stopping you right now from marketing?
The ones from stopping me is, like understanding the liens, delinquency and taxes, debts, and then like not knowing how to keep a conversation going like on the phone with a seller. That's what kind
You
of
know
backs
what,
me off.
dude, you know what it is. Have you gone through freeholstein.com?
Yeah, I've been going
So you
there.
know the script. Tell me the script.
Let me see.
What's the cold calling script?
Yeah, I listed this script. Hold on. Let's see.
I'll just tell you what it is, all right?
Yeah.
You should have it memorized because it's not that hard. But
Yeah.
we'll work on it, all right? So it's,
Hmm.
are you the owner of the property? And then are you interested in selling it, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, we ask MCTP. That's it.
Yeah.
And so you ask, I don't know how to keep the conversation. You just ask MCTP: motivation,
Motivation.
condition, time frame, and price.
Yeah.
And then you get off the phone and then make an offer the next call, dude. You're overthinking this, right?
Yeah.
Really, man. Like it's MCTP. That's how I talk to every seller through MCTP. We're not talking about our favorite TV shows for the day. We're getting down to business, right? And we're doing it in a
Mhm.
nice way, but like that's all we're focusing on, right?
Yeah.
That's it, man.
So you,
MCTP.
yeah. So you recommend me to call sellers and just to practice, like you said, like practice on Craigslist or
Oh,
Zillow.
yeah, or you can get just straight into it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what would be stopping me too. Overthinking. I actually hate when that happens.
You're overthinking it because you're overcomplicating what it really is, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's all I had, bro. And I'm just gonna start taking action. I've actually talked to. I'll be trying to network, with people in the Facebook group, because having people to connect with helps too.
Like, Jesus, let me ask you a question. Do you have friends from high school or like now that like you hang out with?
Yeah, I did, but all they do is work,
Yeah,
jobs.
but they're still friends with you, right?
Yeah,
They were friends with you because you know how to talk the right way and you're not like super weird with it, right?
yeah,
Because you're just a regular dude, right?
yep,
If you can have people that want to be friends with you, you're probably friendly enough to talk to a regular seller. Like, so
mhm,
I think you're overcomplicating this. Like, if you can have friends or at least someone thinking you're a cool person, you're good to go. You're having a conversation with me. Like, we're talking fine, right? So there's like
yeah,
nothing crazy. If you just have this level of talking to me as you do a regular seller, you're gonna be fine.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, I'm gonna take action, bro. I'm only 19 years old. You know,
I was
trying to go
17
all
when I
in.
started. Age doesn't matter.
Yeah, yep. Well, yeah, man, that's it, man. I appreciate that advice.
But we didn't even get into it, man. We haven't even started, dude.
Yeah,
You're having analysis paralysis, so I got to tell you what to do. I'm not letting you off the hook because you're going to go back and you're going to think, "Oh my gosh, what list to pull?" And then you're back into it. All right,
yeah,
we're cutting this. We're cutting this off right now. Okay.
mm-hmm,
Number one, you picked your market, right?
yep.
Number two, we have to pick a marketing list. What list are we going to pull?
I'm trying to pull code violations.
Code violations.
Yeah, and absentee owners.
Okay, and then let's add liens on top of that.
Yeah.
And let's do tax delinquencies where I add it. Those four. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, we got that done. Are you going to pay for skip tracing or are you going to do free skip tracing?
Pay.
All right, you're going to pay for a list, and then we're just going to call, right?
Yep.
Boom. And so now we know that. Now we know what the script is. What's stopping you right now from calling tomorrow? Give me a legit reason.
Yeah, like I said, it was like,
No,
overthinking.
give me a reason. Give me a reason. Is there a reason for you not to call sellers tomorrow?
Yeah, like I said, it was like
Yes?
overthinking, the liens and all that.
Jesus,
Yeah.
yes or no? There's no excuse, right?
Nah.
Guess what you're going to start doing tomorrow?
Calling.
And guess what you're going to do tomorrow also? You're going to report back to me how many calls you made.
Yeah. All
Just
right.
put it in the comments to a video. Just do it.
All right.
All right. Hey,
Yep.
this is Jesus. We talked yesterday. I made this many calls. Even if it's 20, it's a win. Okay.
All right.
And
Yeah.
so you said the last part was stressing out. You know about liens, all these things. So let's talk about this. Okay. So let's break down the three things or questions you have. So liens. When a property has a certain issue, they're going to probably put a judgment on the properties. For example, if I did not pay for, let's say, my property taxes for the year $2,000, after a couple of years, the government's going to put a lien on the property. They're going to put a judgment of $2,000. So when I sell the property, they're going to take $2,000 already off the bat.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Tax delinquencies, they're just behind on their taxes. Code violations, code enforcement has deemed there's an issue with the property, and until it gets rectified, they're going to charge them every single day.
Yeah.
So we kind of just, an absentee owner, they just don't live in the house. So we brought down exactly the reasons for those. So now you know how they work and the intertwinings of them. And guess what you're going to do if a seller has a question and you don't know the answer? You're going to say, hey, that's a great question. My partner, Zach, he buys a lot of properties. Let me go call him and I'll get back to you. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to hop back on here, ask the question, then get back to your seller, right?
Yeah. All right.
So we have no excuse. I'm here to help you out. I'm in your corner. I'm ready to help you become a better wholesaler.
All right. And I'm actually glad you made, master and repair costs for wholesaling on this live.
Because you overthink things.
Yeah.
All right. You're being too smart. Like you're trying to get everything perfect, right? You're like,
Yeah.
That's how, a lot of smarter people, you just got to get into it, dude.
All right. For
All right,
sure,
dude.
bro. For sure.
Get after it.
All right. I'll get back to you, bro.
All right. Appreciate it.
Bet it.
Oh, all right. Last one here we got Josh.
Hey, Zach, how's it going?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Doing good, thanks. Hey, so I just started getting into wholesaling, started your course. What got me into it was I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and got me really interested in real estate. So I started looking through wholesaling, and I've gotten around 200 driving for dollars leads, like 15 reverse driving for dollar leads. And so my question was, what would be the best way to approach the skip tracing aspect? And I know you covered it. I don't want to spend too much money on it. So would you say like True People Search would be the best, or spend the money and just get it done?
Wait, do you live in Salt Lake City?
I do, yeah.
All right. I saw the Utah helmet, so that's what I'm guessing.
All
right.
I'm actually in Layton, so
Okay.
25 minutes north.
So what's your marketing approach looking like if you want to deal with skip tracing? Are you looking to cold call? SMS?
Yeah.
What's the deal here?
Mostly cold calling.
Okay. So honestly, man, you don't have to pay for it, right? I would probably just use True People Search. It's not the best one, but it's still going to not be the end of the world. And just it's going to make you just start, dude. That's all we need. So just do that, right? Like it depends. If your budget's tight, then don't do it, man, right? You can also reverse drive for dollars in this list if you don't want to pay for skip tracing. So if you pull code violations, just put sticky notes on the house. Boom.
Yeah. So Utah has a law called the grandma law. You have to get approval to pull code violations. And so I've got a couple of different cities around me, the code violations for them, but it took me maybe a week to get all of it. So I'm still working on it, right? I did, yes. I'm still working on
it. Stupid. You're still getting it.
Yeah, I agree. And then, so I started cold calling some people today. I had a gentleman that I talked to. He is very interested in selling his property. The house is, he said, I'm selling it for the property, not the house. And he listed it or said that he wanted like 200,000 or 300,000 more than what I've seen on Redfin. Any tips on how to go about that?
Yeah. So Utah is weird because it's basically that market's like kind of like a rock, right? The foundation's pretty solid there, right?
Yeah.
Like properties there, so it's kind of different. Kind of like Phoenix. Phoenix is like that too. So do you know if the property's salvageable or not on that?
I don't. I'm actually going to go after work today. I'm going to go look at it.
You're probably have to come back to me tomorrow and tell me, because without
Okay.
seeing it, I can't make a determination if we can salvage the property and kind of do some like heavy repairs, or if we just got to bulldoze the whole thing. It's very rare. I mean, do you know the year built on the property?
1941.
That's not that like, it's not that bad, right? Like a wood frame 1800s house in like Massachusetts, maybe, but it depends on the build on the house and all these things. So honestly, I would probably put it as heavy renovations if it needs that many.
Okay.
What I've been hearing from you, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that like the house I showed you, the heavy repairs. So I think you're gonna be fine. Now, what's his true motivation for selling it?
He lives in Idaho. He has had a couple of offers, and so that's kind of what's got him thinking about it. Most of the offers have come from corporate people who want to build townhomes on it.
Cool.
Stuff like that.
So are you trying to give an offer higher than that? Like what's
No.
your right here?
I just called him, and it was out of my comfort zone, so I kind of was just seeing if he would answer. He answered, and we spoke for maybe 15 minutes and talked about the property. And the house, I have seen it, like the chimney's fallen off. There's a hole through the garage, pretty bad shape, overgrown vegetation everywhere. But it is on a pretty good plot of land. And so I don't know. I was gonna try and figure out the ARV on it before calling him back, and yeah, so I don't really know about the offer I would give him yet.
Yeah. Figure out the ARV, figure out the repairs, and you might have to do it on the fly when you're there. But like, here's the secret, dude. Just work on the LAO. What's the least the guy's gonna take? Then go from there. Just lowball them and see what it's gonna be at, dude.
Okay.
Salt Lake City is a really strong market for cash buyers, so I think it would be fine.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it, dude. But yeah, man, I went to the Utah game this year for Florida. That was a great game.
Did
that was
you?
probably
Yeah.
That game was crazy, but Cam Rising's good, dude.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing. But
yeah,
that's fun, dude.
Yeah, my father-in-law and mother-in-law went to the game down there. So
no, it was fun, man. But yeah, they did really good. So
yeah.
that's cool, dude. But
Okay,
yeah, man, let me know if you got any questions. I'm always here to help. And
Okay.
yeah, keep it up, dude.
Awesome.
I appreciate you taking action though, because it's leading to this appointment, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
keep it up, man.
Okay, thanks. See ya.
Oh, Marco says, how to get on the one-on-ones? Just go on the Wholesaling Real Estate group and be on there. I don't understand the name of the website. So the website is freewholesaling.com. So I put it on the bottom for you. And so we're getting asked, Raina says, how do you get a government list? So you get the government list from the government agencies. So there's multiple government agencies out here that have like the code violation list, the probates, the evictions, the water shutoff, credit card debt lien list. You know, I can rant for like 4 hours on how to pull a government lists because no guru ever will. Freewholesaling.com. I have videos and breakdowns on how to. I literally go on the online portals and show you how to pull it in there. Screen shares, all of it. So just go to freewholesaling.com, Raina. And I have some other videos on it. So I'm getting asked, do you have videos on it? Then yes, from there. So freewholesaling.com, it's on there. Jason says the site isn't very good. I don't know what site you're talking about. You can't look up addresses. You can only look up a few. If you can't look up addresses on a software site, it's probably not going to be good. And it's probably done on purpose for you to buy a different software or someone's upgraded package, right? So I've seen that too a lot where people will make a free software, but they'll make it really bad on purpose but it'll be free. But they'll tell you, if you want to get the good one, go pay for the premium version of it. And they're making that software so bad because it's free. And then obviously they're going to try to upcharge you with a paid software. So guys, just letting everybody know, when you have like this, everything seems so good, but you know, you're getting lied to from the beginning. It's not good. And if you can't look up addresses on software, it's the point of it. Like even Trivial Search, you can look up the address. Like it's crazy. But guys, freewholesaling.com. I'm telling you guys, that is the key. Me and Rick will be on tomorrow. We have a cool little challenge for everybody, so that's going to be really exciting. But yeah, we're going to break down that tomorrow. Guys, if you want to hop on the live streams, go to Wholesaling Hustlers for Real. And everybody, go to the Facebook group if you want to apply to be a JV partner with us. If you want to actually us send you deals, you dispo them with us, our team. I'm going to start. So everyone, we had a lot of people apply. So we were going through all the applications. And if you made over 100K and you showed HUDs, me or someone from my team is going to personally call you and just vet you one more time. And then we'll kind of hop you on the JV partner process. So appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, New York time. And have a blessed one, guys. Thanks. This is Zach.